Hi, this is Charlie giving you Monday's market update. I just want to go through a couple of bits with you, and we'll go through some market commentary as well. I'm actually recording this at 6:45 Friday evening because I'm away today, Monday, and so let's just go through some of these bits and pieces. First of all, I just want to just cover off with you some of the stuff that I've been doing on the Friday live trading updates when we do those. That when I recently I started it in December, trying to take these trades where you just trying to run a trade for that bit longer. And so the key with that is, if you're trying to run a trade that little bit longer, can you actually manage to cope with having to hold on to a position for that much longer? So if you can't cope with that, then you have to look at it. Helps you to understand and appreciate the type of trader that you are. So what type of trader are you? Because if you don't like the boredom of having to sit through hours and hours potentially of just sitting in a trade, only to then potentially find that the trade still doesn't work out for you, then you probably want to be a shorter term trader and trading off of shorter term time frames, and just playing those moves that are usually that bit quicker. If, however, you do have the patience to sit in a position to hopefully to see it run out for much more points, then great, then that will suit you as well. So that's what I'm trying to do on those Friday updates. But that's the great thing, and it's something you need to ask yourself at the beginning of January now. What type of trader am I? What sort of trading do I prefer to do? Do you prefer to do reversal type trading, not necessarily picking the absolute tops, but there are times when highs and lows can be struck, or just after those highs and lows, and there can be some really nice points from those. So what sort of trader are you? Or do you prefer to actually wait until there's a defined trend in play and then trade these sort of moves once a defined trend is in play? So all of these things you need to ask yourself. What sort of patience levels do you have? Or do you want to learn those patience levels? Because what I've been doing is demonstrating trying to hold on to trades for that bit longer, so that you actually get those more pips out of a trade sometimes on those trades. But so just to demonstrate different types and styles of trading. But all these things and questions you have to incorporate into a trading plan as you go through the month of January. Now, we have got something coming up which is going to be of quite interest to you, but I'll save that for a while yet. But we've got something interesting coming up which I think you're going to be interested in, and that's going to be for those very traders who are looking for slightly bigger moves. And so we'll cover those off in the fairly near future. Now, for now, let's go into the market commentary. Now, like I said, I'm recording this Friday evening, and so I don't know how this candle is going to have closed by the end of today, and likewise I don't know what the markets are going to be looking like on Monday morning by the time you get this video. But as you can see on on telecharts at least, with the euro has come down to test its daily 50. It hasn't quite got there on eSignal, and so it depends on the sort of charting software you use, but it's there or thereabouts. It's had a nice sell-off, and so it wouldn't surprise me to see price action, if it can, rally back up a bit. We broke this trend channel, so rally back up to maybe even retest this trend channel, and maybe even this congestion loads of lows there was certainly not out of the question. But then I'd look at this stage to see if this is going to actually then roll over. So it'd be interesting to see if we have a rally up, and then see if actually then we roll. So that's what I'll be looking to see if that's potentially going to happen. This could just be a deeper retrace. It's come down to a load of congestion, and actually what's going to happen is we're going to come all the way back up again. So it's one or two things. But at the moment, the momentum has switched. And so I'm just going to see how this is going to play itself out. We've broken this trend channel line. We could very easily come up for a kiss goodbye sort of move and then roll over. And so that's why I'm looking at it in that vein at the moment. Let's go and have a look at the pound, and then we'll look at the indices. Now, the pound had that nice spike up, and has had a nice thrust back down towards its respective 50-day moving average, and so I'd be looking for a similar sort of move. A bounce play is certainly possible at this stage, and then potentially a rollover. What's interesting actually is the euro yen, because this one really is getting interesting, because it's doing a lot of posturing around here. Got this still in this beautiful trend channel, and this is why I'm finding the euro yen quite interesting at the moment. And I do think that if you're trading and you trade the euro yen, it's well worth putting these trend channels on, because if euro comes back up to this upper trend channel line again, watch for resistance levels, because at some point this euro yen will come in fully into back down to, oops, used the wrong thing there, haven't I? Let's get rid of that. It will come back down into this trend channel at some point. It's been hugging the upper trend channel line for quite a long time, and at some point it could still go up higher again yet, and then all of a sudden it'll crash down to the other side, or at least work its way down towards that. So really interesting chart of the euro yen at the moment, and I think that's well worth keeping an eye on. If it starts to roll over going into next week, then you've got a very clear defined target, which is this lower trend channel line. Okay, so let's go and have a look at the indices. Let's have a look at the S&P. Still showing good strength here. To me, it suggests it wants to break out and break higher. It's held on. It's put a couple of really good closes in here. It's so close to all of this. I would expect at least for it to take out these highs, just to take out a load of stops. If there should be some stops up in that area, and obviously buy orders as well. So at the moment, it's still looking quite bullish to me. Any pullbacks, well, there should just be little pullbacks, because at the moment that's all looking pretty good. So now, if we'd have to take out this low now, but certainly if we got back down below 1420, then I'd start getting suspicious. But for now, trend is up, and so we'll continue to watch to see if that's going to break out. And actually, if we look at some of the other markets, we've got the Dow. Dow's still a little bit more sluggish, but if we go and have a look at, Beeman pointed out to me the other day, the Russell's already broken out above its late or its autumn highs. So the Russell is just that little bit stronger out of them. The Nasdaq hasn't. It's almost, the Russell's on its own a little bit here. It's sort of led this, because the Nasdaq hasn't by any means. So we've got a bit of divergences across these indices at the moment, in that some are very close or have already broken out, and others still seem to be languishing. But I think it's a fascinating turn of events here in these markets at the moment. They've really picked up as we've come into the new year, and I think it's going to be really exciting. Actually, I think the way the price action has gone. Just look at the size of the candles. Look how big these candles have got over the last few days. All right, expect some congestion, but big there. Let's go back to having a look at the currencies as well. The euro yen, the candles have been it's stayed, but you can see it's making higher highs on the ATR, so that's good. And if we go back to the likes of the euro dollar, that's ticked up. Look how the average true range has ticked up on the euro dollar, so it's that much higher now. It's higher than it has been the whole of December and November, so that's good, and so it bodes well for day traders. There's going to be slightly higher ranges. Anyway, have a fabulous I was going to say have a fabulous weekend. It's already Monday. I'm recording this last Friday, and I shall see you on this Friday for a lot more live trading, hopefully.